Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things, and today I'm just going to do a Chatty get ready with me video. I'm not going to really focus on the makeup I'm using. I will link it all in the description, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how Scott and I are doing, what we've been doing, how we've been keeping ourselves kind of stable over here. I'll offer you guys some recommendations of things that we've been doing or using or watching or listening to and all that stuff. So if that's something you guys are interested in seeing today, then keep on watching. Let's go. So I feel like it is important to always say the date in these videos. So today I'm filming this is Friday the 3rd of April, and you know, I feel like right now in the Philadelphia area we're just about to hit the worst of it. I think, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I think the worst is right about to happen. So I have actively been at home full-time the last 3.5 weeks at this point, and only like essential people were needed in the place that I work. And as of today, they are shutting down the facility for the next 2 weeks so that they can clean, because I do believe someone tested positive on site. You know, it's a scary world right now for sure. And I definitely will say it's a very weird time to be an influencer. I have never really seen myself as an influencer. I don't know, I feel like maybe because for so long I've looked up to people that are influencers, I've never thought of myself at their level. And I've told Scott this before, that like, you know, I never have ever felt that way, that like I was an influencer, and I always felt more like an entertainer, which is I guess what I'm more comfortable being, because like I'm here to entertain you guys. I don't know, that's what I feel like my channel is. I feel like my channel is entertainment. Maybe I'm wrong. It's definitely a weird time right now because I don't know what is right and what is wrong for me to do, because technically I've been wearing makeup every day because for me it helps me with being productive and getting stuff done. Like if I stay in my pajamas and don't like get dressed and do my hair and makeup every day, like I am a potato. So I have been trying to not be a potato because I still have responsibilities and such to do. So I figured I'd kind of share some of my feelings and some of our experiences we've been having. And you know, Scott said, like, you know, I know that I have a lot of guilt that Scott and I are a 2-income household right now, when I know a lot of people are suffering so much. And Scott said I'm not supposed to feel guilty, you know, but I still feel guilty that there are so many people suffering. And right now financially we aren't suffering, but you know, there are other types of suffering that, you know, are scary. And I said to Scott, I said, you know, everything's perfectly fine right now, but you know, with the way the world is going, by next week, like everything could not be fine. And I think that is the scariest part, is like not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, not knowing what news you're going to get tomorrow, not knowing if everyone in your life is going to be okay tomorrow. And that, I feel like, is the hardest part of coping with everything going on right now, is like, how do you plan for tomorrow if tomorrow is more unknown than it's ever been in our lives? So definitely finding ways to distract myself has been very important in a time like this. So I mean, one thing I'm definitely trying to be more aware of is supporting smaller businesses, because you know, that is who's going to hurt the most in all of this, the smaller businesses. So last week I actually ordered a pair of earrings I'd been eyeing for a while from Etsy, because you know, businesses like Etsy shops and even Poshmark shops, I assume, I don't want to make definite assumptions, but I assume for the most part, most people are operating out of their homes and they're still able to, you know, make money that way. So I did order earrings that I had been looking at for a while, because I figured, you know, it's a good time to help out. I actually wore this shirt today because I got it on Etsy last year before we went on our trip, and I was going to link the store and everything, and I saw the store closed, and it made me sad because I don't know why they closed, and you know, it just made me worry. Would just say that if you are trying to help out somehow with people, and like, I don't know everyone's financial situation. I know it's a time where some people are able to help and some people aren't. And if you aren't able to help people financially, like, you shouldn't feel bad about that at all. But if you are, I mean, I feel like Etsy and Poshmark are a great way to help support smaller businesses who maybe don't have a check coming in the mail. So I don't know. That's something I'm trying to focus on. Also, you know, as far as distractions go, I think it's really important in this time not to absorb too much news because, you know, right now there's not a lot of good news in the world. So no one should be taking in the news all day, every day. Sure, if you want to check the news once a day to get an idea of what's going on and get the key highlights of everything going on in the world, I am fine with that. I think that is important to know what's going on and to know how your area of the world is doing, but to just sit at your computer or your TV all day and just take it in, it's going to hurt you. And because it's scary what's going on, and you definitely need to find ways of distraction. I know that Scott has been working out a lot. I mean, that's his way of distracting himself. My way is, you know, making videos, working on videos, going on social media, talking to you guys, posting on my Instagram stories, making TikToks. Just like this little community is my distraction. But I thought I'd kind of share some of the distractions I've been using lately. So I would say definitely my #1 biggest distraction has been YouTube. And I mean, something nice about YouTube is you don't need to pay to have YouTube unless you have YouTube Premium, which I guess just doesn't give you commercials. You know, even this is supporting a small business. You know, a YouTuber runs a small business and, you know, the AdSense help out a little. I will say I have heard that companies are not paying out very well in AdSense right now. So I am under the impression that a lot of mid-sized, smaller YouTubers are probably struggling as well, because I've also heard that companies are not running campaigns, and I know a lot of people make their money through sponsorships. So, you know, just, you know, even watching helps the littlest bit. You know, and sometimes I listen to podcasts. I can give you a couple recommendations in like different genres that I enjoy. So the first one I'll recommend is Samantha March's podcast. Hers is like more of a inspirational, insightful podcast called Start Inspired. I also listen to This Might Get Weird. This is a podcast that is run by Mamrie Hart and Grace Helbig. They're two comedians who originated their careers on YouTube. So they have a very lighthearted, funny podcast. And then I also listen to Cult Leader, and that is run by Spencer Henry, and it's a true crime related podcast. So those are 3 of my most listened to in 3 different genres. Also 2 weeks ago, Scott and I started our own podcast. We haven't really named it. He named it Pods by the Berk. Not sure how I feel about that name, but it's kind of just like a, I guess, like conversation between us. The way we've been formatting it is I come in with 5 questions for him. He comes in with 5 questions for me, and we just have a conversation. Like neither of us knows what the other one's going to be talking about. And I feel like it's a little bit more of a relaxed and a less structured conversation, since we can't really prepare for what we're going to talk about. And I kind of like that kind of a vibe. We also, this morning as I'm filming this, just finished Tiger King on Netflix, and I can't unsee it. That was maybe the most bizarre thing I've ever watched in my entire life. I have a lot of confusion. I don't think I realized people just like have tigers. A lot of weirdness in that documentary. I'm very interested if there will be a follow-up documentary about what happens with all the other characters in the series. Such weird people. I mean, so weird. Let's see. I feel like I hit this over the head a lot, but I watch a lot of TikTok. It's very entertaining, and I think the algorithm on it is really good. It's very good at figuring out what you like and only showing you videos that you will like. So I think that's a very interesting part of TikTok, is like it can tell what you like after like you download the app and like scroll through videos. So I don't know, I'm enjoying it. I know Scott's been listening to a lot of audiobooks, so it's not something I specifically do, but I did ask him for this video, what he's like, how he listens to audiobooks, and he says he has 2 methods. His first is Audible, but he said Audible is not free, but he recommends Overdrive. He said it's a free app, and that you can get it by signing up through your library. So I guess you get like if you have like a library card, I don't know, he said he got a library card online and then he was able to sign up for this overdrive, and then you can like rent books, borrow books from the audio library. I don't know. That's what he told me. I'll try to link all these things down below that I'm talking about also. I know I talked a lot about some things in my most recent favorites video for March, but we have been cooking a lot and, you know, playing games and board games, and I was saying like I feel like a deck of cards is like the most useful thing right now because it's so many games in one. So that's how we've been spending a lot of our time. I took a bath one night. I don't remember the last time I took a bath, but it was very relaxing. I put some bubbles in, I put some bath salts in, lit a candle, put on my YouTube videos, and just relaxed for a little. You know, self-care is really important. I've done a couple face masks this month just to like chill out for 10 minutes or so. You know, having the cats is a really great distraction. You know, they've been getting a lot of extra love, especially with having us home. I really contemplated maybe doing an adoption of another animal, but to be honest, the cats both need their annual checkups and shots and everything, and you know, with everything going on, it doesn't seem right to take them to a vet if it's not an emergency. So I did not do that, but it definitely crossed my mind. Yeah, I talked to my sister-in-law. So my sister-in-law is in vet school, and I said, like, you know, I don't think it's right. I don't feel right. And she agreed that I really shouldn't go to the vet unless it's an emergency, because I would be potentially putting the doctor in danger, and I do not want to do that. I don't really know what look I'm going for today. I was just kind of hoping for something springy. It seems kind of nice outside. We've had some really bad weather in the Philadelphia area. It's been like rainy and gloomy for like a week and a half, and I was like, this is not the time. People need like sunshine right now. And with everyone being trapped, I feel like bad weather makes you feel even more trapped. So, you know, I'm glad that the sun is out. The cats like that I'm opening the window and the sun is shining in. The cats have been a great distraction in all of this, because, you know, it can get overwhelming, and just having like a little guy here to distract us helps a lot, let alone two little guys. In my free time, besides doing everything that I've mentioned, I am actively trying to set up my Poshmark. I have a lot to sell, but I want to become a professional reseller. So I'm trying to get everything I want set up before I start listing. But I'm excited because it's something I've been wanting to do for years. Just like how we started a podcast, I can't remember how many years it's been since Scott and I talked about, you know, recording a podcast. So I'm trying to use this time to accomplish a couple goals I've always had. So you guys will have to let me know, you know, what have you been doing with your time? You know, are you stuck still going into work? Are you stuck at home? You know, what is your situation like where you live? I just feel like we have to just be very sympathetic to all people right now, because, you know, no one has it good right now. Everyone, we're all in this together. Super cheesy, I know, but it's true. It's really very true. Okay, I think that's the finished look. I feel like it is pretty dewy and springy. So like I said, everything I used will be in the description. I hope this video was able to help you or give you something to take your mind off of the world for, you know, a few minutes or whatever. You know, I'm trying to be here as much as I can for you guys, because I feel like in my situation, like that's the thing I can do, is like I can be an outlet for people, I can be a distraction for people. You know, definitely let me know what you guys are looking to see on my channel, because I want to, you know, make content that will help during this time, and I don't know if what I'm making is doing that or if it's just too much for people and they don't want to watch. So let me know in the comments whatever you want me to know. And as usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.